here, and I'm sorry I'm getting a later start than I said I was going to. But I had some technical problems, and thanks for stopping by if you are here. So, good morning. I was planning to be behind me in a set that I built back there, but did not happen. We're gonna send out the tweets and such, and do all of that. And hopefully, a few of you guys are dropping by. And this is just what I want to do called Coffee Talk, where I'm going to enjoy my morning coffee and hang out with y'all. I've also got 12 store brands of eggnog available that I'm going to be taste testing in a minute. And this is a show I'm going to start doing weekly, I think. I don't really have a lot of plans for it. I would like to get some guests on. Like I said, I'm building a set back there that'll actually be the home for this show. It'll be more like an actual talk show as opposed to looking like. And I just figured we would hang out if you're available. Read the news, talk about the things, stuff one does on a talk show. I'll tell you one thing that's driving me nuts. One thing that really gets my goat is that this morning's release is sucking. I know these might look like ridiculous numbers for some people, but man, this is not what I'm trying to see. This should be over 50 a minimum. I think maybe we need to change the thumbnail. I have a few extras sort of on standby. Hello, John. Oh, thank you for watching it. I'm glad you enjoyed. And guys, let me know if the sound is no good or anything like that. So I'm going to switch the thumbnail right now. And I don't know. It's very Babishy. And I don't know if that's really going to be, that works for me or not. I have an alternate thumbnail. See, it's interesting. YouTube thinks it should be a face, too. Oh, yeah. I wish this picture worked better. It's probably got to be this one. All right. And I'll check back in with that in a minute. So what is new in the world today? What's trending? Is this a stupid format for a show? I don't know. What's on the Google Trends? It's time for Greg to have a drink. It's 10:45 in the morning here. All right, so what do we got going on today? It's football, both American and regular. World Cup. Taylor Swift and Kim Kardashian. All right, whatever. Oh, here we go. Here's recently trending. Jason Derulo, Hillary Burton, Drew Brees. I don't know who any of these people are. Oh yeah, Kumail. I know him. Kumail Nanjiani. He posted that picture of himself in that. What is the acronym? What DYT of Tory Super Jamarti mean? What is the acronym WDYT? Oh, there will be eggnog. Super Saiyan God, Florida man. We should get right into that, I guess is what you're saying. What do you think of the Tory Super Majority? I think it sucks. I'm not in the UK, but I was pretty disappointed with the way that went. Thank you. I do feel cozy, too. Thank you, Dr. Doom, for the drink. Excuse me. Julian Huff. Florida man. Mavericks vs. Bucks. Champions League. Mariah Carey. Top Gun 2. Is there like a trailer or something? Why not? Is there a Top Gun 2 trailer? Oh, yeah, there's a trailer. You guys want to watch this? Can we do that? Will I get banned if we put this on? I probably will. You know what's funny here? Stand by. Let's actually connect the sound so that... Hey, Blasty. There. Hold on a second. Yeah. Let's plug this in. Alright, shit. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So you should actually have sound now. Sorry if I wrecked your ears.
It undermines the writer's message.
But I don't have
and
sound.
The word choice is bland. Grammarly's cutting-edge technology helps you craft compelling, understandable writing that makes an impact on your reader. Much better. Are you ready to give it a try? Installation is simple and free.
Right. Now I'll have sound, but I'm going to have headphone hair. That's okay. Let's watch the Top Gun trailer. Oh, check. Tomcat.
Your instructor is one of the finest pilots this program has ever produced.
It's not Tomcat. It's something else. Just psycho.
His exploits are legendary. What he has to teach you may very well mean the difference between life and death.
Are there going to be aliens in this movie or something? Why does that guy look exactly like Goose? You know we don't dogfight anymore, right?
I have to admit, I wasn't expecting an invitation back.
They're called orders, Maverick.
Not to an officer. I just need to know if there's volleyball in this, that's all. Tom Cruise, flying fast.
Aviators, this is your captain speaking. Today's exercise is dogfighting.
2 versus 1? He's got to be kidding.
He's a psychopath trying to kill them. Guy really looks like Goose. It's kind of weird. Ooh, that's a flame out. Die. Fly. Is that Jennifer Connelly staring back at me through plastic surgery or no? Your stream is very choppy? Hang on, guys. What's happening? Man, my bitrate just dropped way the hell off. What the fuck? Stand by. We're going to sort that out. I'm sorry, guys. Bitrate is looking crummy. Why? Why is this happening? Yeah, maybe time for a new cable modem. You know what sucks? I have the worst... I don't need these headphones anymore. My cable internet provider, it's like, to get more than 15 megabits upload, I have to spend, I think, not even joking, $500 a month to get more than like 15 megabits. Hold on. Bitrate just went to green again, so I think we're going to be okay now. I'm really sorry about that, guys. You've heard 0 seconds of Kenny Loggins so far. Good critique. There needs to be more Kenny Loggins. Well, thank you, Fenix Pyre. It is better now. Yeah, I don't know what happens. The bitrate just like dropped off here. You know, we have a storm going on outside. It could have been tension on the lines or something like that. Oh, my finger. Notice that. It sucks. It sucks. I had a little kitchen accident there. A 4-stitch kitchen accident. Hopefully, it won't affect my ability to pour drinks down the road, but I am looking forward to it being healed. It's terrible. There are stitches directly through the nail and stuff. It's okay. So, what do you guys think of Top Gun? I have literally 0 interest in seeing that movie. No interest at all. I'm sorry. It doesn't even begin to interest me. What else is on the Google Trends today? What else is in the news? Yeah, it hurt. She numbed it too, like a bunch, all the way around. And you could still the tip is still alive, man. You still feel that. This is a lot more painful than when I broke my toe. A lot, like way more painful. what else was I going to tell you about too? Is, it was funny too. Is she said, "Ooh, I don't know if your nail is going to heal the same way," and I was like, a little bit. This is me, my vanity. I was like, am I going to have a really nasty scar on my finger here? Because I do actually make a living with my hands. And her response was, no, absolutely not. But also, you're a man, so who cares? I mean, if you were a woman, maybe we would get a plastic surgeon. But scars on guys, like that's just cool, right? I thought that was the most sexist shit. I was so pissed. I couldn't believe that. It blew my fucking mind. Oh, thank you, Leon. Thank you very much. All right, what else is the trending? So Kumail Nanjiani. What's up, McCready? This is my morning coffee. Coffee show. I think eventually, yeah, like I said, I was just building the set, trying to set it up back there, but I'm not really set up for it yet. I need to get a couch and some stuff. And she wasn't a nurse. She was a doctor's assistant, a physician's assistant, a PA. I know. I need these hands, too. Clients love it when my hands are... But there's going to be like a living room set up back there where we'll have guests and stuff like that. That's the plan for this. I just wanted to get the ball rolling. I've been waiting, and it's just time to do it. Oh, thank you, Leon. My wife wants me to do it again. My kid is like ambivalent. She says she wants to do it, then she says she doesn't want to do it. I think we will do another one. I just don't know when. It's a special kind of production. It slows down the day and everything. And there's a where can I score myself one of those sweet light bulbs? That thing behind me, that there. I do drink my coffee black. That is actually a new Hue filament, and what I love, because I'm a bougie asshole. Got Hue bulbs all over my apartment, but I can just dial it up and down on my phone. Actually, I think that maybe 100% is probably too much, right? You probably want there. Really cool too is I can just be like, office off. Office on. So I started doing the Hue bulbs when I was living in the city, and I wanted to have a projector in our living room, and my wife was constantly, we had 4 embedded lights in the ceiling in the projector room, and she was always like, I want these lights on so I can eat, but those off so they don't flash on the projector, and she kept making me unscrew light bulbs, and finally I was like, I'm just buying these 4 fucking Hue bulbs for myself for like Christmas or my birthday or whatever, and then I could turn them on individually, even though they're pretty cool. I'd love to watch Good Morning Greg. Well, that's what it is. Tal Rumstrong. What Tal Rumstrong was it? Yeah, Good Morning Greg is. It's a terrible name. I kind of love it. I keep thinking like, well, it's coffee talk because I'm just gonna sit here and make coffee, and that's what I want to do. Honestly, I want to be in the living room with a guest, maybe when possible, maybe even more than one guest. Talk about movies, make some good coffee, do some goofy stuff for a couple of hours, and then and also, by the way, guys, I'll be streaming again later today. Let me check my schedule to see what time I actually set it up for. Today is the day we're gonna read. Oh shit! I thought I put it on the schedule. Hold on. It's probably on the stream countdown actually. I'm a whiskey guy. I'm a bourbon guy mostly, but the voice control reminds me of the movie Demolition Man. That movie is so good, so good. It's one of the oh god, I love that movie. It's so stupid and perfect. But F for Friffer is it in my Amazon store? My Hue bulbs are they in my Amazon store? It's funny, the Amazon store is really centered right now around the stuff that's on how to drink. So now that I guess I'm doing the streaming stuff, there's going to be room to expand that. So no, it's not in there actually. The funny thing about Amazon affiliate links, if you follow an affiliate link and then buy anything in that session, it goes to the affiliate. It doesn't. You don't have to buy the thing that's in the affiliate link at all. Amazon gives you credit regardless. And I should point out too, if you guys are looking at my stream, and I just set this up the other day, you'll notice below my stream, I don't know where you guys look when you're looking at stream, there's new buttons down there. So there's HTD for the standard YouTube channel, but there's also H2D2, and that is my new YouTube channel. And if you like my streams, you should subscribe because I'm kickstarting that sucker. But that's where the streams are going to live, the postmortem. So after they fall off of Twitch, they're going to go there. So that's my new second channel. And then I also like there's sometimes like there's stuff like in today's. Well, thank you, Lil Mac, Liz Mac. Like today's episode, for example, just because I like talked for at least 10 minutes about It's a Wonderful Life in a way that was not really usable for the episode, and I keep thinking like, man, if I had time, I would cut that into its own content, just like a movie review. I think realistically, like movie reviews is probably something I'm going to do here in a live streaming kind of setup, just because editing is time. I am definitely going to do more Fallout New Vegas. I don't play, like, if I was like streaming every day, like gaming every day, I would be cycling through games rapidly. But as it is, like, I've got to beat Outer Worlds, I think, before I switch games again. Post-mortem, Greg, are you a Shaniac or a Boogara? I don't know what that means. All right, anything else? Kumail got jacked, and a lot of people on the internet were pointing out that that is not possible without steroids. You guys know that, right? Like, every action star's on steroids. Like, doctor prescribed, highly controlled, very as safe as possible steroids. They're not doing that. Like, The Rock isn't The Rock without steroids. He's not an Olympian. They don't drug test you to show when you show up for work in Hollywood, you know. It's not like they're like, oh, well, you're on performance enhancing drugs. You cannot compete in this film. It doesn't work that way, guys. I do, Mysterious Mr. E. That's exactly what I want to do. Mariah Carey is trending. I can only assume it's because all I want for Christmas is you. I don't know why Julia and Josh Gordon is not Josh Groden. So who's Josh Gordon? Oh, he's a football player. I don't follow the football. I don't follow the foosball. Drew Brees. Who's that? Another athlete? Another football person. Okay. Who else is trending? What else is trending? Hillary Burton. This is some kind of a scandal. I don't know what it is. Hallmark fired her over inclusivity demands. Oh shit, man, that's fucked up, Hallmark. Well, right over there in Chick-fil-A and Hobby Lobby cult. So it makes. Jason Derulo is a singer. Says his dong was airbrushed out of the Cats movie. Think that's true? Or do you think he just saw the clips and was like, oh shit, I better say something about where it's at because it's not in these tights? I would believe it that it was airbrushed out. I would believe it. Oh yeah, Rob definitely was on roids. Definitely. Like, it's the thing. Like, I feel bad about slandering people, but like, there's just no reason not to. Like, and especially when you see people like flip back. I mean, even if they're not, right? They have a trainer 24 hours a day. They have a person telling them every single thing they're allowed to eat. Like, when you have $1 million, like just $1 million, that's a lot of money to spend on, like, you know, expenses or whatever. If you had that kind of money, you could really do some crazy stuff. Yeah, exactly. About the Cats movie. Like, his main concern is, like, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot more wrong with that movie than Jason Derulo's missing penis. But for God's sake, release the penis cut. We would like to see the penis in the film, right? Snyder cut. People will be screaming. I'm sure his fans will be screaming forever about bringing back the dong. Just like the Snyder cut. Boeing stock is plummeting, I presume? Yeah, I think Boeing's going out of business, guys. They are in trouble. Or at the very least, we're going to bail them out. Why, was there dong removal in Watchmen? Or dong inclusion in Watchmen? There was a lot of dong inclusion. I'm 50-50 on PD Scotch, Tiny Rick. Some days I like it, sometimes I don't. You know what's funny is PD stuff like that can be a bad migraine trigger for me. So like half the time I drink a super PD Scotch and 2 sips in and I'm like, I want to die. And it's the same with like Mezcal. I don't know why that is, but... Oh, big blue dong inclusion. Yeah. Yeah, well, you know. What do you guys think of Watchmen? I'm funny. I liked basically like every individual episode I thought was like perfect, but then there are overall narrative structural things that I'm not a fan of. General that are kind of Lindelofisms, it turns out, because I really hated The Leftovers. That show pissed me off to no fucking end. But I really liked. I loved each move of Watchmen, but when I take it all together, there's like things he does as a writer that just sort of like, I don't like that. It's when you conceal fundamental facts from the audience about a character, like a primary character, that everybody else seems to even know, and then reveal them in the second or third to last episode. That's not a twist. That's just shitty. Like, that's just like your idea. If you, personally, I think if you've got great ideas, if you've got a great script, you should be able to lay it out all out on the line and still have people be surprised when you get to the end. And if the only way you can surprise people is by, with misdirection, don't look at what's in this other hand. Don't look at what's in this other hand. Or like, I don't even have another hand, and then like a third hand comes out. That's, I don't know. That doesn't, it just rankles me. It's just like, you should have spent more time writing this instead of using tricks. PewDiePie is quitting YouTube. Why the hell shouldn't he? I mean, he's tired. He's also fucking filthy rich. Guys, I gotta tell you, if you ever make me as famous and rich as PewDiePie, I'm quitting. I'm just gonna buy an island. You have to be some kind of a sick person to want to keep working when you have more money than you will ever need in 5 lifetimes. I have not played Detroit Become Human. I have not played many video games. I am not talking smack about KOTOR. I am pro KOTOR. I haven't played KOTOR in years. I liked it. That is a nice cardigan, Greg. It's a cheap Eddie Bauer one, and the pockets are all falling apart on it. I kind of hate it. And you know what's annoying is that I really like Patagonia stuff, but they don't make a damn cardigan. Everything's like either a half zip or a Henley, and I just love a cardigan. I'm about them cardigans. There was a network error, it says over here. Hold on a second, fellas. Yeah, The Expanse on Amazon Prime. I'll see. So, I don't know how many of you guys are married, but I get very limited TV hours, and it is hard for me, in the best way possible, to watch shows that my wife's not into, because it involves, alone time, and I don't really have any alone time. And the alone time that I do have, I kind of have to spend working. And I certainly don't want to, force my wife to watch something that she's not into, and ditto, she watches all these stupid Ancient Alien crap things. She does that while I'm working. I can't. See, it's funny. I'm watching The Mandalorian only because my wife likes it, which is weird because I never, ever have guessed that this would be a show that she would be into. But she's into it, man. I don't know why. She likes The Mandalorian. Second cup of coffee. Let's go. Not the pour. And the sound? You want that? Oh, yeah. Put it right up above the mic. Ooh, yeah. I gotta get an espresso machine. They're so fucking expensive. Expanse is incredible. Do I make drinks on live stream? Not yet. I'm planning to, Tomster. Not yet, though. The live stream stuff is technically challenging. This started a half an hour late because I had some issues. Oh, and you know what? Let's check if switching the thumbnail improved our video performance here at all. No. I think that this one's just going to be kind of a loser. I have a funny feeling that it's just not super duper high interest. I just think it's not gonna happen. It's a bummer. What's the video title? It's a Wonderful Life, Flaming Rum Punch. How about a drink? No. Flaming drink? From It's a... Might be a better value proposition? I don't know. I don't know how to hook this one. It sucks, man. It's hard to gauge. But I mean, last week we had to release, I forget which one it was, but I changed the thumbnail and title and it was instant. You could see that it was doing better. So definitely matters. Matters a ton. If we go, we can't go there. But okay. Well, and still, Stevie, that's the thing. The thing is that sure, maybe you don't, but YouTube doesn't care. If you don't watch my stuff when it shows it to you, then YouTube doesn't show my stuff to anybody. Yes, I was just cleaning the inside of that glass with my sweater. The only other thing I should do too, while I'm sitting here looking at my channel, is I should make sure that it's featured and that it's up front and everything. Oh yeah, it's up front there. We'll just customize the channel. There's some stains in there or something. I'll just edit this. I don't know. The featured slot. Should I put in a video that doesn't seem to be performing? I don't know. Overall, channel's been doing pretty good. I'm not happy with this release. It's a crummy one. All right. So later today, and it should be on the stream countdown, but later today I'll be doing a reading by my fire of, I just bought the kiln dried wood just for this because I didn't want to be futzing around with quote, seasoned wood. I bought a half a quart of seasoned wood and I don't think it's very seasoned. It's not happy with this wood at all. That's that Craigslist wood. I don't know what to do with it if I can't burn it all either because I can't just leave it. I don't own the property. I'm going to have to chuck it off the cliff or something. But I'm going to do a read by my fire upstairs of A Christmas Carol, the entire book. So it should take about 4 hours. I hope you guys will join me. It'll be a very cozy time. Plan. So you guys want me to drink some eggnog now? You think I should look some more at Google Trends? Champions League, Taylor Hall, Spurs vs. Rockets, Megan McCain had a fight with Whoopi Goldberg, no shit. PewDiePie quits, Boston weather, Trailblazers, Tamara Eccleston, Watchmen Season 2. I don't think there will be a Season 2. Well, Lindelof says that he's not doing a Season 2 and that maybe somebody else will. All right. I think that's enough looking at the news. What's actually in the news? Let's go to news.google.com. What are the topics today? USA Today poll. Impeached or not, Trump leads his Democratic rivals for another term. Oh, yeah, great. Shouldn't talk politics on the show. Giuliani provides details of what Trump knew about ambassadors' removal. Okay, cool. UK election shows Trump how to win. Not exactly, I don't think. Generally like Vox. How the internet came to loathe Pete Buttigieg. Buttigieg! I always think of Jawas. Buttigieg! I don't know why. Coral reefs suffer around the world, so that sucks. That's interesting, though. Those in French Polynesia are thriving. My heater just kicked on, and is it obnoxiously loud? If it's obnoxiously loud, I'll turn off the heat. Sailing, scuttlebutt news, a dangerous way to learn. Indeed. Yeah, I get fed a lot of sailing news because I fantasize about owning a boat. Boeing stock keeps falling. It's not a surprise. I predicted forever ago that Boeing was going to go out of business and also that leadership belongs in fucking prison. All right. That's the news. I'm not surprised at the... Is my heater... There's some kind of a baffle. Like, it's a 3-story condo that I live in, and there's behind that wall is where the heater is, and there's this baffle that, like, sends the heat upstairs or sends it downstairs. And I forget which mode it's in, but in one, it just screams. And then when it releases, it gets much quieter. I don't know. Okay, let's do some nog. I got 12 cartons of store-bought eggnog here. I'm just going to grab the first one I see. This is light eggnog from Target. Well, John Crichton, as the CEO of Boeing, I wish we could hang you. Just doing little tastes here. Sorry about the finger. I'll keep the ugly finger out of the shot. All right, here we go. Some light eggnog from what the heck's wrong with me? Market Pantry from Target. I gotta say it's surprisingly good. It's very nutmeggy. And by being light, Like when you make your own eggnog, it's pretty fluffy. Actually, it's not. I don't. Mine it never comes out like a goop. It's a little less goopy. It's actually better. It's funny too because I would never in my head think go for the light one. I would always say avoid that. Avoid the low sodium one, the fake stuff. This is all non-alcoholic eggnog. I'm just tasting the store brands, finding the best. Okay, so far I gotta say, I wasn't. Hold on a second here, fellas. I wasn't expecting right out of the gate there to have a good one. But that one was pretty okay. Yeah. There's gonna be a little bit of cross-contamination here, but that's okay. Okay, this is Horizon Organic Low-Fat Eggnog. I just bought every eggnog I saw, so. The people at the store were like, are you doing like a taste test of all the eggnogs? So I was like, yeah, I'm doing a thing. I'm gonna do a live stream with it. Oh my god, that's so brilliant! It's a story. Okay, this one's very light in color, almost milk-like. Poured myself more than I want to drink here. Hold on. This is disgusting. This tastes like bubble gum. This is absolutely disgusting. Holy shit, that's foul. Ugh. I wish I had a dump bucket, but I gotta drink the whole thing. It tastes like bubble gum. What the fuck? How do you do that and wash it down with coffee? Oh. Okay, that was Horizon Organic Low-Fat Eggnog, and it was actually foul. It was really bad. I mean, it wasn't foul. It wasn't like it hadn't turned or anything like that. It just tasted like bubble gum toothpaste, like my toddler would use. This is Trader Joe's eggnog. I have high hopes for this one. I always like Trader Joe's. My wife thinks I should do a whole series, or at least a special, on drinks you can make from stuff from Trader Joe's. She thinks that would do well. I think Trader Joe's is in very select markets. I don't know. What do you guys think? Okay, this has got a standard yellow nog color here. It says no artificial flavors, too, which is interesting. Bottoms up. Colsec. It might not have any artificial flavors, but there's something in it I don't like. Maybe it's the kind of nutmeg or something. I don't know. This one is not as good as the light eggnog from Target. I was not expecting the first one to be good, man. You can actually see flakes of nutmeg in it, though. I believe that it's real. Let's read. It says no artificial ingredients. Let's see. Or artificial flavors. What's in here? Milk, cream, sugar, eggnog base, which is sugar, egg yolks, natural flavors, nutmeg, turmeric. Natto extract for color. Why would it need anything? Citric acid. The fuck you. Non-fat milk solids, stabilizers, guar gum, carrageenan, and locust bean gum, sugar, and vitamin D3 contain. Well, not actually that. That sounds like pretty chemical stuff, but that's actually all pretty much regular food, honestly. Crazy stuff in there. I'd like to know what the natural flavors are, though, because I just think the flavor's off a little bit. Don't love it. More coffee. I'm going to vomit. This is going to make me sick. Well, this is black coffee. I only drink my coffee black. If you serve me coffee and I ask for milk, you have made bad coffee. Okay, let's go back to Market Pantry again. This is now Target brand regular, not light. So let's see if this is any good. Shake it up real quick. That wasn't bitter. It just wasn't quite as, I don't know, maybe it wasn't sweet enough. I can't quite explain why that one wasn't great. Okay. These stupid things, man. It was flick garbage at my face. I hate the way they like flop around. Nog here. Good morning, Nog. Okay, here we go. I gotta say, so far Target's got the flavor the best. I think the light and the regular are both on point. I think I like the light better. The light is a little thinner. A little less congestion making. What is the ingredients here? Milk, sugar, cream, skim milk, whey, eggs, egg yolks, guar gum, natural and artificial flavors, carrageenan, salt, gelatin. It's a bummer. Natto turmeric color. So maybe the turmeric's for color in the other one too. Same thing. Let me just check the other nog. I really liked the light eggnog. Milk, sugar, cream, skim milk, whey, egg yolks, squar gum, natural and artificial flavors, carrageenan, and salt, gelatin, annatto turmeric color, and a vitamin A palmitate. Contains milk and egg. I don't know. Okay, moving along. Getting into some weird stuff here. This is California Farms Nog almond milk. I don't actually know if this is nog flavored almond milk or if this is eggnog made from almond milk. I feel like those are different concepts. It's going to get real burpy in here, guys. I apologize. This may not be... This may not be the most pleasant show to watch. I don't want to drink this. It already looks terrible. It's really thin. Which could be good, but... Bubblegum again. Tastes extremely like bubblegum. What are they using as flavoring? My God, you know what that tasted like? I'm like flashing back. You ever get from the ice cream truck, the screwball, the ice cream cone thing that had the little bubblegum ball at the bottom of the cone? That's the bubblegum it tastes like. It tastes like that bubblegum. Holy shit. What are you guys using? Almond milk, water and almonds, cane sugar, natural flavors, calcium carbonate, fruit and vegetable juice for color, ground ginger, sea salt, sunflower lecithin, potassium citrate, locust bean gum, gellan gum, and nutmeg. Warning, contains almonds. Compared to leading other brands. Wait, what are you... Oh, okay. All right. I am my own dump bucket. Okay. This one's already open. I tried this one the other day. This one is Tuscan Farms Holiday Nog. This one is garbage. Milk, high fructose corn syrup, cream, egg yolks. Contains less than 1% of whey, cornstarch, guar gum, salt, nutmeg, carrageenan, and natural and artificial flavor, turmeric, and annatto non-fat milk. Okay. Well, we'll give it a sippy. I said I have 12 nogs. We got 12 nogs to test. I gotta say, so far, Target Light is for me, for what I want out of a nog, the best. I'm probably gonna be very, very sick of nog. I'm already pretty sick of this. I mean, my own nog, which I have a little bit left of the batch from the show. It tastes like black pepper. What did you put in there that tastes like black pepper? Oh wait, did somebody just point out that this is past the due date? Yeah, it's expired. Oh well. It doesn't matter. It was in my fridge, it's fine. It hasn't gone bad. I mean, it just tastes like black pepper, though. That's really weird. That's really, really fucking weird. I feel like I should... It's gross. I should just get another cup, probably, but... I'm gonna go get another cup. You guys are probably gonna get a good view of my ass. Oh, God. So, how many nods have we gotten through here? Well, at least I'm wearing pants, yeah. Oh, yeah. I can't wear a belt right now either because it would complicate going to the bathroom with the finger. This is, like, changed my life in a very negative way for the moment. Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are at our halfway point on the Nog train here. I need some more palate cleansing coffee. The fine, medium-bodied roast from the Chiapas farms of Mexico. Oh, I'm gonna donate it to the Nog Bank, actually, for all this eggnog. Yeah. Umpqua Dairy Old Fashioned Eggnog. Where's Umpqua? So far, by far, the Target house brand light eggnog is the best. I can't believe that. I really never would have expected that. All right. This is Trader Joe's Almond Nog. Murder. This is just absolutely. Nog Bank equals toilet. Yes, the Nog Bank. I was imagining like a food bank, but just for eggnog, but. Yeah, I'm gonna take it down to the porcelain Nog Bank. These would be more fun with guests that we could all compare and contrast notes. A little bit bubblegummy. Not as. What the heck was that? Like French fries. What? Oh, no, I know what that is. That's Bugles. Tastes like corn chips. I swear. Tastes like corn chips. There's no question. Almond base, water, almonds, cane, sugar, contains 2% or less calcium carbonate, vitamin E acetate, zinc gluconate, vitamin A palminate, vitamin B12, vitamin D12, natural flavors, pumpkin concentrate for color, xanthan gum, sea salt, gellan, sunflower, lecithin. All right. So if you like Bugles, go with that one. It definitely tastes like Bugles. Is it expired? Probably not. I don't think so. I can't believe that other one's expired because I just bought that. I went back to my. Nah, this one's good till January 24th, so we can be bugling our nog for weeks. Nothing. I haven't eaten yet today, so I am filled with coffee and eggnog, and might turn into a very different kind of stream soon. I don't know. All right. Here we go. I have another Tuscan Dairy Farm eggnog. Is it the same as the big one? Did I just buy this? This is the same. I'm sorry, we're one nog down. I guess the one thing I would say is that this is fresher, so we could try it, but I expect this to be identical to the one in the plastic. If it's wildly different, that'd be something. Alright. I got such a heavy hand when I pour. I have a cold, yeah, but I'm also like chugging nog, which is kind of allergic to it, I think. Yeah, it's not good. It's got a weird finish. I also constantly, I mean, I edit it out of the show, but I snort a lot because I have like a really gross, I'm just a gross person. I have a kind of a postnasal drip thing that I've had my whole life, and it's like a foul, unpleasant person. I pick at my thumbs, and I have to wait. I have to be very careful about healing them up before we shoot close-ups and stuff like that, so I'm constantly just like covered in cuts, bruises, sores, and I'm a classy guy. I'm just all an act, guys. Ugh. All right. You know, it's funny. People tell me that Stewart's is good, and I was just up in Lake Placid where they have a bunch of Stewart's, and I didn't manage to get around to getting any, so. Yeah, you know what? Alaricia. I just found out. My wife been telling me, oh, it's your OCD or something like that. Well, just found out from her friend that also has that issue. It's actually genetic. It's unrelated to OCD. They don't see a link between the two things. Not really sure what causes it. So weird stuff. Anyway, do I have any vinyl sheeting, or do you mean records? I don't. You know what? I know you meant records. I'm sorry. I can't get into the vinyl record thing. I don't. It just doesn't work for me. I'm sorry. I think that they're cool. I do think that they're cool. It's just like that's a not a collector, actually. I'm not big on collecting. No, actually, it's funny. A friend of my dad's was like, I'm getting rid of all my vinyl. Will your son take it? And I told him, I was like, it's fucking wasted on me. Now, if you had like some really old jazz albums, like some 78s and stuff like that, like some early like stuff from the 20s and 30s, I might consider that just because I'm interested in the historical stuff. But like, I don't need like 33s of Led Zeppelin 4 or whatever. Just not my thing. All right. Lactaid eggnog. Why did I buy this? Because it was at the store. Son of a bitch. Real eggnog, no discomfort. Why do I feel like part of that statement is a lie? That's not collection. That's work related, Liz. Every bottle I buy is for the show. The date is January 2nd, so I think we're still okay on that one. Just a splash. Just a splash. They are literally business expenses, Steve. Yeah. They're paid for from the business account. All right. That smell terrible. You know what this tastes like? Vanilla shake. It doesn't really taste like eggnog at all. It just tastes like a vanilla ice cream that you melted. It's not bad. I don't know why. I've never drank anything lactatey. I was expecting like chalk. It's really not bad. It doesn't taste very eggnoggy, but it's not terrible at least. There's nothing off-putting about the flavor at all. Yeah, I mean, fresh grated nutmeg improves all of these, and then maybe a drop of cinnamon or something like that, etc. But Magic the Gathering was your drug of choice. It's funny. So one of my best friends, I've talked about it on the show a lot. Actually, he's a guy who brews stuff. He's always giving me unusual beers and wines that he makes, and actually it's his Dewar flask. Well, his wife's Dewar flask. Whenever I use liquid nitrogen on the show, because I was gonna buy one, but he's like, well, yeah, we have one. We could just. I thought I was really into Magic the Gathering in middle school or whatever. This is before I knew this guy. And then I went to like the local shop and I played in the local tournament and I got trounced by some kid with a red deck on like turn 3. It was so bad and it just really put me off the game entirely. Turns out years later it was him. Beat the shit out of me. He was like fucking monster at Magic the Gathering. He, if I'm not mistaken, he sold like his Power 9 to put himself through college or something. Like, I mean, it's crazy. Like he was like hardcore Magic the Gathering guy. Yeah. The coolest, I mean, we're talking about Magic the Gathering now, guys. Sorry. The coolest deck I ever built was a Mesmeric Orb deck, which was my friends and I all kind of had a Magic the Gathering revival when I guess Mirrodin came out, and everybody hated that Mesmeric Orb card, but I decided to build a deck around it, and I fucking loved it because it was like a hyper Millstone deck where all of a sudden it was like, and then I untap and you discard 30 cards. It's just like ripping through somebody's deck. It was a fun combo that like worked when it worked, but a lot of times didn't work. Okay, I got 3 more left. I loved beating people on a millstone. It was the most fun to me. The most fun. I just love coming sideways at you like that. Okay, so this is Silk Nog, soy, dairy free, etc. I was selling oregano to the shop manager. That's good. It's very wet. This is just watery. I don't think this is just soy milk flavored like eggnog. This is nothing like eggnog. Guys, I'm so sorry. Everybody keeps asking. Some kind of an idiot. April 20th, 2020, so I think we're fine. It's not bad. It's a little weird aftertaste. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I don't know. Not my nog. Oh, Bleepbot. I haven't played Magic the Gathering since Mirrodin, so I don't know anything about current cards or anything. I mean, I'm way off the everything about it. Mirrodin, right? That was the one with artifacts where everything was an artifact. All right, backstretch here. After all this nog, there might be a bathroom break, and then maybe we'll return to streaming. I don't know, Achilles. That's a great question, actually. I think my highball glasses are 10 ounces. I don't think they're 12. If somebody wants to look them up, I'm using the drink-specific line from Riedel, and whatever their highball is, that's what I'm using as a highball. I don't know the answer to that legit brimstone. I'm not like a hardcore eggnog ager. This is the first time in my life I've had any eggnog that I've aged. I don't know why I put air quotes up, and it's just because I made it for the show and it was a recipe that was suitable for aging. So I've got a little bit of that left in my tiny fridge here, just like a little. How is it supposed to taste? How do I describe the taste of eggnog? How do I describe? What's it supposed to taste like? That's a tricky question. I think my coops are smaller than 8 ounces, honestly. I think I actually opted for, I think I have really small coops. I think I have 6 ounces and maybe like 5ers. But currently, almost all the glassware that's being used on the show is. I don't think enough about how big my glassware is. If a drink, this is like a little movie magic for you, right? If a drink doesn't make it to the right wash line on the thing, I will just double what's in my shaker. It's the same exact recipe. It's just I'm making 2 instead of 1, and I'll pour to wherever I need it to get to. And when I'm just making drinks for friends, nobody really cares about where the wash line is. So. Hello, nasty chit-dish. Liquid custard. Yeah, that's a great description, actually. I would say it doesn't taste like eggs. Like, I don't get an eggy taste. I don't know about you guys, but it doesn't taste like eggs. It's just made from eggs, right? Oh, Nasty Instinct? Is that how that's spelled? Or is it just instinct? I don't know. Okay. Recreational cannabis is legal where I'm at. Good for you. Big slurp moments, Chris Town. You're damn right. Big slurp moments. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Yeah, I got you. Gotcha. It is cold out. It's like in the 30s and kind of rainy, maybe gonna wintry mix snow kind of thing. So you guys may not be surprised by this at all. I have imbibed the cannabis only one time in my life, only one time, and it was a brownie. Okay, this is which one was this? I totally forgot what the hell I was just drinking. Did anybody see what I just poured? I was like on autopilot. What did I get here? I did the silk. Almond nug? I guess I'm pouring this. So did I just do this? What the fuck? Trader Joe's almond nug? I thought I did this. Alright, whatever. Trader Joe's almond nug. Here we go. Almond Breeze? No, we did Almond Breeze before. Or, I don't know if I have Almond Breeze, actually. Oh, it was Almond Breeze. Okay, it was Almond Breeze. I do have Almond Breeze. You're right. That's what it was. It was this one. Thank you. Almond Breeze. All right, guys. This was pretty nutmeggy. And almondy. You really taste the almonds, I think. Yeah, it's pretty almondy and pretty nutmeggy. And very nutty. It gets nuttier as it goes. Almond milk, filtered water and almonds, cane sugar, rice starch. Natural flavors, calcium carbonate, guar gum, sea salt, potassium citrate, fruit and vegetable juice for color, sunflower lecithin, yellen gum, spice. Oh shit, man. This is necessary for interstellar space travel. I had no idea. Spice. Damn. Well, this is extremely valuable. I'm going to keep this somewhere else. And honestly, I think this was probably this was the one I figured this would be the best. Southern Comfort traditional eggnog. But we'll see. I gotta say, guys, I tried to read Dune and I got almost the end and I was not into the book. It was not for me. It turns out I'm not a Dune fan. I'm interested in seeing film adaptations of it because I think that there's like really good bones there, but the book did not do it for me. I'm sorry. I have to turn in my nerd card or something. God, fucking. This is my life. That is a weird color. I'm not gonna lie. That's a little oranger than I expected it to be. This is good till January 20th. Hello from Brazil! Sci-Fi Channel miniseries from when I was in high school, I think, when that came out. It was like in the 90s. Oh my god, it's so funny. I remember there was like the tuning or whatever it was that the Fremen were doing where they had like, I don't know, they were like teleporting, like they had like the thing behind their ear and they could like jump between people and stuff. Oh god, that's some warp technology that I gave an Inquisitor in one of my Warhammer 40k Warhammer 40k RPGs. Yeah, he was like diving into the warp and emerging around people and stuff. I thought that shit was so cool. That's the main thing I remember from that adaptation. Oh god, I'm into 40k, dude. Guys, you must have missed some of my videos, or you would. Fairweather fans here, mysterious Mr. E. This tastes like carrot juice. Why does this taste like carrot juice? What the hell? I gotta say, I think that the best one is the first one. Light. Damn. The freaking... Who would have known that Target Light is the best? Target, I'm available for sponsorship. Target Light is the best. This is milk, cream, high fructose corn syrup, sugar, corn syrup and high fructose corn syrup, egg yolks, natural and artificial flavors, spice. Another one for space travel. Fat-free milk, guar gum, carrageenan, mono and diglycerides, annatto and turmeric color, salt, disodium phosphate, milk, and eggs. This tastes like carrot juice, which is friggin' weird. I don't know what to say about that. I'm done. I'm not drinking any more eggnog. I knew somebody when Soylent first came out who, like, their claim to fame was like, I swear to God, Rippers. Oh God, I remember when I had time to eat real meals. I'm just so busy. All I have time for is Soylent now. Must be what a luxury to be able to sit down and eat. Nope. Just Soylent for me. I'm too busy, too on the go. Ridiculous people. Bro, are you Greg from HTD? Oh my God, yes. Of course I am. You making me happy? Oh, no, not taste testing for next video. This is Coffee with Greg. This is my talk show I'm doing. I think they call it a podcast in other places. But I think of it as a talk show. It's like, I'm thinking more like, this is a call-in show. I've got, you guys, the lines are hot. I'm drinking my coffee. We talked about the news earlier, what was trending on Google Trends, and then I just did taste tested 12 cartons of eggnog from the store. Yeah, I would do a video with the Whiskey Tribe guys, definitely. We actually talked about it, and I probably dropped the ball on that one. We were supposed to do some, like, Skype call in a video together, because they're in Austin and I'm in New Jersey, and I don't travel much. I don't fly. So that's a problem for me, flying. But we did talk about Jason Derulo's Ding Dong. Yeah, we talked about the Ding Dong. Sister asked for 5 ducats. I passed the vibe check. What's the vibe check? For your coffee, like you enjoy. Well, thanks, Dr. Doom. Helpful. Calm talk, yeah. Cock. Not what I expected to hear, but it made me laugh. What coffee do you drink? You know what? There's a getting a little setup down here to do pour over and espresso is sort of a plan. When I build the set back there, that'll be the show to live in. Also, we're gonna do the next D&D stream from this room too. I'm not gonna do it in the other in the bar. It was just too complicated in there and unnecessary. It doesn't need to be in that format. So the coffee I get is from a local coffee roasters because I'm a coffee dork snob, and I prefer they have a Chiapas there that I really like. It's from the Zapatistas, if I'm not mistaken. It's a coincidence. I'm happy to support them, but I also just think that they had the best coffee. So, Kofifi check. This is Zapatista Farm. Well, thank you, Chris. And do I prefer uncooked over cooked eggnog? I do not cook eggnog. I think if you cook it, it's a custard. It's a different thing. Have I ever tried Onyx coffee? I have not. And actually, you know what's funny? I shouldn't even tell you guys. Whatever, who gives a shit? I'm going to tell you guys. What's that? The one that... Trade Coffee? They wanted me to do a sponsorship, and I didn't really like the way they answered some of my questions about being fair trade. And basically, they were like, well, that doesn't really mean what you think it means. And I was like, okay, so you're not certified fair trade, and you don't fair trade provider. So I couldn't... I've had a hard time agreeing to work with them, so I didn't. No shade on anybody who does, but these are the questions I always like. Coffee, a couple of different coffee brands have approached me, and I have a lot of questions for them. I think that they're unprepared to answer. Yeah, the fair trade thing means a lot to me. That one's actually that one ranks super duper high on my list of like, you guys got slaves? I don't want to work with people who have slaves. Nestle, you can go fuck yourself. But what else was I gonna say? Oh, and so we're gonna do D&D back here when we do D&D. I'm thinking like a mid-century modern setup back there. We're gonna get I have one chair. I'm gonna get like someone on a couch and a coffee table, and we're gonna do kind of a corner setup. And I think that maybe like a bar too, where I can have guests, like not a bar, like a dry bar, like a wall bar or something like that, where I can mix a drink for a guest and have an interview or something like that. And maybe there could be even I think there could be like 3 or 4 camera positions in this room. If I'm careful. But I have not tried Dodger Coffee Company. But I tell you what, though, the best coffee house experience I've ever had. I used to work at an ad agency in New York, in Brooklyn, and across the street was this place, Brooklyn Roasters, down in. Oh my God! It's just like the fantasy coffee house of my dreams. You just go in there and it's like, it feels like 1995, and just like good tunes are playing and everything's like this. It's got this old like worn out. It is, and it's an old warehouse, and they're roasting right in the middle and everything. I'm running 5th edition because that's the current edition, and that's the one that people will be the most. And I'm not that picky. I played probably more 3.5 than any other edition, but yeah, I was running 5th edition. And so that first stream, a lot of people keep asking me, when are you going to do more D&D? Well, okay, cool. So we did one, and that was like kind of a test pilot, and I figured out what worked and what didn't work, and a lot of it didn't work. But on the whole, it worked. It worked. But, the thing is, I figured out that, like, sitting around a table the way I would actually run a D&D game, it seems to work for a lot of other streamers. It was totally unnecessary for us, and it made it more complicated. And being in the bar, I actually really, like, I had microphones and stuff hanging from all over the ceiling and little webcams, and it makes it impossible to shoot anything else in there. And I can't, like, set it up, tear it down, set it up, tear it down. I don't got time for that. The sound was not good, and I'll explain why in a minute. I have played maybe one session of Pathfinder. I think Pathfinder, whatever. I know nothing about Pathfinder. And so, and we were trying to, like, do a table thing. So, one of the players, Ari Sporn, I'm sorry, Ari David. One of the players, I get my Ari's confused, kept telling me, you got to check out D&D Beyond. I did. I was like, oh, great. So this solves, so we're using D&D Beyond going forward. All the characters are in there, and I'm going to be using that for my encounter development and stuff like that. It's great. That's a great tool. It's fantastic, especially if you're streaming, because it's got a built-in overlay so that you'll be able to interact with people's character sheets, see where they are on hit points and stuff like that, and all of that will be on screen and interactive, which is fantastic, right underneath the players if I set it up right. And then the other thing that I'm switching to is, if you guys want to check it out, if you're into D&D, I would encourage you to check it out, is Dungeon Fog. I'm not going to use a battle mat anymore. Of course, that's how I would probably play with my friends if I was not streaming. But for streaming especially, man, Dungeon Fog looks outrageous. And I've played around with it a little bit. It is a great encounter mapping software that allows me to have my own screen and present the players with a version that I am revealing via Fog of War. And because it's digital, I don't need a camera on it. I can just pull it as a feed into OBS. And so you'll have a clean, totally clean, perfect view of the map. I don't have to deal with miniatures. You don't have to wait for me to fucking draw shit. It'll just be up. And then the players will either see it they'll either have laptops, or I'll probably just get like from Craigslist or whatever for like $100 or $200, like a 42-inch TV, and put it somewhere out of frame where they can see the map. And we'll work with it that way. They won't physically, I'll manipulate them, they'll tell me where they want to go, and I'll move their token or whatever. So Dungeon Fog looks legit. I haven't used it in a stream yet, but I have, like I said, I've played around with it and done some tests, and I'm super pleased with it. I have played Catan. I like Catan. I actually think that I like Carcassonne a little better. Oh, the camera just died. Stand by. You can't see me. I just have to switch the battery. I really got to get mains power for this thing. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. Yeah, I should just buy the power adapter and get the mains. You have to use like a dummy battery. It's like so annoying. It's like a battery that goes in and then the wire still hangs out and you can plug it. They do have expensive computer tables, and someone's going to have to buy one for me as a sponsor because I'm not spending my money on that. I am not a fan of Eberron, so I have not seen Fifth Guide to Eberron. It's just not my setting. It doesn't work. Yeah, I've seen ones where like you have like a magnetic tokens, so the computer knows where you move them, so you can use physical models on a digital map. That's pretty cool. My favorite setting, Dark Sun, probably Dark Sun. I'm not, but I gotta say too is that like I don't think that growing up we ever used any of the published settings except for maybe like Greyhawk initially. I mean, and I will say too that my one friend, my first game was Dark Sun. Yeah, I'm developing a custom campaign right now for the show. I do have a Twitch, Mr. Cornetto. Sword Coast. I'm not familiar with Sword Coast, to be honest. Dragonlance and Ravenloft. I've never done Ravenloft. We've never done anything horror. My friends and I never did anything horror-ish in D&D, which is interesting to me because, like, yeah, we just never did. Dance Lance. I think you mean Dragonlance. And thank you for the cheer there, Blip Blop. I think in grade school I accidentally read one Dragonlance novel because it was in the school library, and I had no idea. It was like the middle of the series. I had no idea what was going on. But yeah, picked it up and read it one day. That's as much as I know about Dragonlance. There are dragons. Excuse me. I'm full of eggnog. How long have we been streaming? Curiosity. Wow, there's 115 of you guys hanging out. This is wild. I can't believe that. Oh, cool. We're only an hour. Yeah, so Super Saiyan, it is a campaign setting for Dungeons and Dragons. My friends and I usually run their own world that we built. Is it the same one going back to all the time, or um, is it like, you know? I'm sorry, Halcyon. I'm a disgusting man, and I'm better when I'm edited, but editing is a lot of work. World of Warcraft. Yeah, I should do a World of Warcraft drink. I played a little World of Warcraft. I never got super into it. I'm not. It turns out I was like not into MMOs. It's like not my. But I should do a drink for World of Warcraft. I am real. I'm a real one. I'm loving this light though. This thing right here, this softbox. Ooh, it's gorgeous. Oh, I just realized it's actually physically in. Yeah. I guess I could zoom in a little bit. Oh, there you go. How's that? A little better? Elder Scrolls series. Yes. So we've done that. I have to shoot the close-ups for it still. But I did the drinks from that bar in Riften. I can't remember the name of the bar. They have like 3 cocktails that are specialty. So, oh, it's funny. My fill light is actually this monitor. So when it goes to sleep, my face goes into serious. Being Barb, yeah, my face goes into serious chiaroscuro look. So, and somebody in my last time I was game streaming, somebody was like, "Hey, you're kind of like you have a following. You should reach out to some computer companies about doing a sponsorship since I'm gaming on an iMac." And I said, "Oh, I never thought about that." So I reached out to some people, and one got back to me, Ironside Computers, and I thought we had a phone call set up for yesterday. The guy blew me off, so I thought I was getting a sick fucking gaming rig from Ironside, and call didn't happen. I don't know. Let's see if he emailed me. Maybe he followed up on email. Ooh, sorry, I missed you. Let's see if I've got anything in my email. I need my fill light is currently missing, so there we go. Nope. You know what I should do though? I should check my analytics, see if if we improved this at all. Nah, we didn't fix it at all. Maybe a little. I don't think so though. I think this video just dud. I'm not. I recognize that like there's plenty of people out there who would fucking kill to have these kinds of numbers and say it's a dud, but it is. It's just not at all. Like this should be significantly at least. It's a bummer. I think that I just I was looking for Christmas stuff and I have a funny feeling that my audio gate attack is too high. Huh. Take a look. Attack time is 25 milliseconds. What do you think it should be, man? I'm not like an audio genius, so you're probably right. I can set this to like, what, 100 milliseconds? Might be the threshold, too. Down tune by 0.5. Down tune by 0.5. I don't know what that means, man. Okay, so probably the open threshold is set it to like 31. Okay. I think that's probably better then. Now it's at 32. And that seems to be much better. Yeah, closing. Thank you guys for the heads up. No, I'm happy to fix that stuff. Bull Tipper. I was totally misreading your name as Butt Ripper. So anyway, yeah, not great. Here, let me see if I can. If I go to the dashboard. Yeah, it's. Yeah, I don't want to see that. I do have a Twitter. I'm at How to Drink. How the number 2 drink. If I had to turn slutty brownies into a drink, how would you? What are slutty brownies? You mean Girl Scouts? That's weird. No, I have no idea how I would do that, to be honest. Okay. So look, I'll show you guys. Now I'll show you. Oh well, of course my face is right in there. We'll just put me over there for a minute. But you can see, this one is 10th, and by a long shot. First hour and 15 minutes, D&D slays, doubles basically. This is a terrible video. Fewer people than usual choosing this one was recommended. Tell me more. Womp womp. Yeah, I tried that, man. Oh, well. Oh well. Oh, thanks, Bastrip. Bastrip. That Mythbuster, that's true. Yeah. I think that was a bit of a joke. What else do you guys want me to do? We want to play some games? I'm just going to sit here for a while. So, wait a second. Where do I get to? Because I set a countdown, and I kind of forget exactly what time I thought I was going to do. I think I said it was a start in the afternoon or something. I go to, let's just actually go to, not this. Let's go over here. Come on. Need that fill light. Need that fill light from the web browser. I don't want to go to Stream Manager. I want to actually go to my page. Oh, that's the dashboard. That's why. Twitch.tv/Greg Gig from HTD. So I scheduled 7 p.m. Eastern, right. So tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern time, I am going to read By My Fire all the way through. We're going to do basically like a live audiobook of my brain is just the Christmas Carol, Charles Dickens' Christmas Carol. So I hope you guys will join me. I think it's going to take about 4 hours. So I think 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, something like that. 8, 9, 10, 11. I have no plans on opening a bar at all, Bull Tipper. I have none. It's a lot of work, and I don't want to do it. I will sooner write a book, by far. Nah, I don't like making jokes about alcoholism. What are your thoughts on Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus? I didn't really like Baldur's Gate. It wasn't my... It's crazy. I know I should love it, but I bought it when I was a kid, and I thought, oh, good, more Fallout. And then it like made me make a party, and I didn't want to make a party. I didn't want to make 4 players. I didn't want to have direct control over the players. I think the thing I liked the most about Fallout when it came out when I was a kid, not the thing I liked most, but one of the things I loved about it was the way that you didn't control your other party members, the way that they were just sort of like you had half control and like, you know, you could give them ideas and stuff like that, but you couldn't really control them. I wanted to play my character, but have friends. So, so I don't know. Baldur's Gate didn't click for me. I should revisit it though because a lot of people love it. It just wasn't for me. So I live near San Francisco and had multiple recommendations to go to Smuggler's Cove Bar. Why would you recommend it? because you live in the vicinity of one of the great tiki bars of our age. I was there on my honeymoon, and it was phenomenal. It's just one of the best. It's the best. The book is phenomenal. Martin and Rebecca Kate run a phenomenal shop. I almost finished Dune. I think that we were talking about that before. Unless you're talking to, unless I thought you were here for that, Tiny Rick. Oh, Bailey's. Save it for when your mother-in-law comes around. She loves it. That's what you do with Bailey's. I don't know. I don't, it doesn't come up, and I don't do much with it, honestly. I don't think I have a bottle. I liked. I don't know. I didn't finish Dune. It didn't hold my interest. It wasn't for me. There were some things about that book that really bothered me. I'll tell you what bothered me is like. I know everybody says it felt like a really well thought out world. It felt like a half thought out world to me. Like there was no popular entertainment described in the book. There was no like everybody seemed to exist in these really isolated monocultures and in some ways very regressive culture. I don't know. I didn't it felt like he had I don't know. It didn't work for me. I don't know why. I can't explain why it didn't work for me. I'm trying to, but it just wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. Dune wasn't for me. But I do think that like there's a lot there that is great, and I would love to see more adaptations from Dune. I'll tell you what's funny is that I think that Warhammer 40K is best when it adheres most closely to its Dune roots. When navigators are freaking weird, and when, you know, space marines are monsters and not so religious, and yeah, like I that's like the way I like my Dune is the way is as early 40K flavor and and setting material. That makes any sense. I am pretty sure that Denis Villeneuve is doing an adaptation. My phone is blowing up. Uh-oh, I have an important text message, friends. Oh, why now? Talking to the wife. What is my favorite movie? That's an impossible question. The answer is Sunset Boulevard. I think Sunset Boulevard might be my favorite movie. That's the answer I usually give. I really like Billy Wilder, it turns out. I like Sunset Boulevard a lot. I really, really like... that might be fun. You guys want to see? Check this out. Let's see if we can. I'll bring. Why not? What the heck? So I don't know if you, I'm assuming everybody here is a fan of my YouTube show. So I'm assuming you all watched my my episode on today's episode on It's a Wonderful Life, and I've mentioned that there's like 10 minutes of content that's just about the movie that I didn't use. Let's take a look at that and see if it spurns a conversation about the film. I might take a bathroom break at some point too. And also I'm talking to the wife. Let's see here. I just got a note. Yeah, it's not clickable. Hang on a second, guys. All right, I'm suddenly being a very bad host. I have to do a little worky thing real quick. Just real quick. Okay. Oh, and also, I guess I'm blasting you with sounds. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. I don't think so, no. A link is supposedly not working here. Well, it is working. Oh, maybe that's not. That's not. I don't know why. Probably because it's got to be HTTPS. Or maybe just like that. Hate this stuff. Do, do, do. See if that fixed it. You guys are just listening to me talk to myself while I work. It's going to get better, I promise. There's more interesting things on the way. I apologize. I don't know what's up with that. Yeah. Let me send this message to Meredith. Desktop. What does that sound mean? Somebody did a thing. Oh! Bits. Thank you. Watching from work. Greg working, I approve. You sound like my wife. Yep. Okay. All right. So let's see here. Bring up Premiere. Open up this. No, I'm kind of making a joke about my wife's expense. It's not really fair. You know what I should do? I should take this screen and I should just put up something like a browser. Like a big white browser. Funny, you can use your monitors as... I bet. No? Really bright? It is really bright. Alright, whatever. It doesn't really make a difference. Okay. So... let's move me. Put me over here. And I'll shrink me down a little bit more. This is Premiere Pro. This is where I edit. And I have this like section in here. This is all stuff that was about the movie that did not make the edit. And I was like, maybe this should be a separate movie review video. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. Let's talk about the movie for a minute. So, It's a Wonderful Life is a Frank Capra film. Came out in 1947. It stars Jimmy Stewart and Donna Reed. I can't say his name without doing a really hacky Jimmy Stewart impression. Oh, but I just did. Jimmy Stewart, by the way, too. Stand by. I just realized something. This is gonna make me lose my damn mind because I happen to have my stream up and I can't find it now. Go away. There it is. Go away. Two gets a lot of credit for playing these oh shucks kind of characters, but he played a villain and a son of a bitch in a couple of movies so well. It's tough. Oh man, if you've ever seen Flight of the Phoenix, this is like an okay movie, but him in that, Jimmy Stewart in Flight of the Phoenix is just incredible. So the question is, would this kind of movie review content or conversation be of interest to anyone? He did fight in World War II, and Jimmy Stewart did fight in World War II, and like without fanfare either. He like wanted to keep it real quiet. I forget if he was I think he was a pilot. I think he was a pilot, and I forget what kind of missions he was flying, but it was not like rear echelon stuff. Like he was in combat, and he was either dropping paratroopers or he was flying bombers or something. I totally forget, but he was a pilot as far as I know. I don't think he was in the infantry or anything like that. I'm not really as super up on Jimmy Stewart informationals. Donna Reed is in the film. I don't know the rest of the cast off the top of my head. details the story of, as we've mentioned before, kind of the life story of George Bailey, who feels trodden upon his whole life. Like he's put himself second to the needs of the community and the people around him, and then realizes in the end that it is a wonderful life, my life. It is an amazing life. I am at the center of all these wonderful things that grow out of my existence and that would not happen without me. So it's a great, it's one, I don't throw around the term life affirming very often because I feel like that's usually shorthand for bad stuff made by Hallmark. But in this case, I would actually say this is a genuinely life affirming film. I felt pretty good about myself after watching it. And then you compare yourself to George Bailey and you're just like, God damn it, I suck. I'm just like a piece of shit. But so most of his life, most of the story involves his antagonistic relationship with Mr. Potter, the richest, meanest man in town, which is like such a trope, but whatever. Like this town of Bedford Falls has got the richest, meanest man. It's like, who even, why? And he's just trying to buy up everything and put everything out of business everywhere he goes. Every time I noticed this last night, every time George Bailey and Mr. Potter meet, and Mr. Potter is planning to offer something to George Bailey, there is an ornate, like, metal skull on Potter's desk, very prominently displayed facing camera. It's just like really kind of heavy-handed visual like imagery. But I think that makes sense because I think that Capra was like real into Renaissance paintings, and that's the kind of metaphors and motifs that would be like in Renaissance paintings. It was like, and the bowl of fruit upon the table tells you that this occurred during the summer of 1747 when the taxes from the Doge were too high, and this skull indicates a political, that kind of thing. You start getting into the secrets of the Dutch masters' paintings and so on.
Is it just, that's funny. I feel like the audio only comes out of my left ear too, so I think there must be something wrong with my connections here, and I couldn't figure out, is it my headphones? What's going on? It's really funny. So, yeah, so actually I was wondering, is like, should I make this into something that goes out on H2D2? And I just looked it up, by the way. He was a B-24 bomber pilot during World War II. He actively dropped bombs on Germany. And then he went back into some kind of weird active non-duty service as an observer on bombing on B-52 Arclight missions in Vietnam. I'm actually, honestly, his love of war, if you really read into Jimmy Stewart's a little off-putting, to be frank. Actually, I was like, I kind of stopped because I was like, oh, he's kind of bumming me out a little bit here. Back to this.
Don't understand the hot dog gag. I don't get it at all. I feel like it's a generational thing. Like, was he trying to see if the lighter wouldn't light? I have no idea what's going on there. I will say too, I forget his name, but Mr. Gower, the actor who played Mr. Gower, what a great character actor. Because unlike most of the other characters in the film, you get to see an insane range from Mr. Gower. You get to see him on the absolute worst day of his life when he finds out that his son is dead. And then you get to see him recovered and how his relationship with George Bailey has really been a huge light in his life, and that's like immediate right away. And then in the universe in which...
So it's not left only, guys. It's what it is that the audio connection sucks. I don't know what's up with that. I'm sorry. No, it's not the audio pan. I don't think anyway. I'll check.
George Bailey doesn't exist. Nope. You get to see the broken version of Mr. Gower, and of course it's the same actor.
It's just a bad connection.
Doing this role, I would say flawlessly. It's wonderful. Very small moments for him. He's a bit actor. He's not the focus of the film, but in those 3 or 4 scenes in which he appears,
oh, sorry, can't actually.
He is a different person every single time. It's great. It's a real unsung hero of the film. I think.
Sorry.
Without him. I know it sounds crazy, but like I really think that without the right person playing Mr. Gower, It's a Wonderful Life might not work. There's a couple of definitely some stuff in this movie that does not bode well for modern audiences. There's no question. We have a very stereotypical housekeeper character. I find her very likable, but I don't think that people would appreciate that portrayal necessarily. We also have the first date between Jimmy Stewart's and Donna Reed's characters. I forget Mary. Oh, Mary! That's her name is Mary. Of course it is. It's the only name that Jimmy Stewart can scream. Yeah. It doesn't.
You know what's funny here, actually? Yeah, you're right. I could do that. Properties, built-in input. Yeah, it's funny actually when I look at it. It's not completely devoid in the right, but it's definitely favoring the left.
Doesn't work with anything else. Bethany, it's like, Rebecca. Maybe Rebecca you could pull off, but a Mary, man, that was like really a word shaped
I just
for his mouth.
rebalanced it a
Mary!
little bit to the right. That should square it out.
So, yeah. So, date between George and Mary.
It's weird though. I don't know why that would be.
It winds up in a very dark place for other reasons, but it also leads to a fairly exploitive spot. I mean,
Just a quick aside here. The guy who played Mr. Gower is H.B. Warner, born in 1876, died in 1958. Actually, his definitive role was as Jesus in C.B. DeMille's King of Kings in 1927. I'm going to keep reading on him. I don't think he's related to the Warner brothers. I think it's just a coincidence.
I don't know how you're supposed to feel about that scene. It's tough for me to not just kind of like chuckle at it, but I would imagine that a lot of ladies are not chuckling at it. She loses her bathrobe. Yeah, they all get soaked. Okay, one. So this is the thing. They're going to the high school dance. He's like, I don't want to go back to where the kiddies are hanging out. And everybody wants to see George Bailey because he's like the big man in town now, and his little brother's graduating high school. So he goes back to the high school for their graduation party. The high school has the new floor, which is very interesting. Was this common in like the 1923 to have the floor open up and reveal a swimming pool underneath the gym? Because they have the gym floor opens wide and there's a swimming pool underneath it. That seems like a very expensive contraption for the little high school.
Doesn't it?
Bedford Falls. Maybe things
crazy.
are better in Bedford Falls than it looks. And in the middle of the dance, a jealous beau who doesn't like that George is dancing with Mary, decides to open the floor, dumps all the kids into the swimming pool. And so they walk home in whatever they could find around the locker room. She's got a bathrobe on.
See you later,
and
Sugar
some
Chef.
Other kids like football gear that doesn't fit them accurately. She winds up getting her bathrobe snagged on a tree or something like that, or a foot, and then she's hiding in the bushes in the nude. And he's discussing like, "What was a very unique situation here? I could charge admission." That's what he's amusing to himself on the side of the street. Then he finds out that his dad died, and he runs away. He throws the robe and ditches her. I could charge admission. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta consider my opportunities here. It's a great movie. It really is a great movie.
Just sounds like dude needs to be told every good thing he's done to make life worth living. It sounds extraordinarily narcissistic.
I don't know if you guys could hear Meredith there. She just said that it sounds like a very narcissistic film, like this dude needs such a pat on the back to continue living. And I thought my response was pretty good here. This is a very strange format. I hadn't planned on this, but whatever. You guys tell me you don't want to watch this, I'll change it. Actually, I'll probably take a bathroom break, but
I don't think so. I think you're being very. We're talking past the camera right now. I think
I have to revisit it.
I think that honestly, like if I had George Bailey's life, I'd want to kill myself too. It's fucking miserable. Like every single thing he's ever wanted to do in his life, he's not allowed to do. That George Bailey is Jesus. Like he is just suffering 24 hours a day for 30 some odd years all the time. Like, well, I went deaf because I had to save somebody's life. And then I wanted to go to college. But there wasn't enough money. So I sent my brother and said, my dad died and I had to take over the business that I actually wanted to put out of business because I hated that goddamn business. And now I'm in that business and I want to get out of it, but the whole town depends on me for the savings and loan. Without my savings and loan, nobody will be able to afford a house. They'd all have to live in Mr. Potter's slums, and he'd be a slumlord. They'd all be trapped under his thumb. Now they all live in Baileyville. It's a town they named after me because of my little savings and loan. But I don't make any money on it. You see, it's a co-op. It's a co-op. All these people have shares in the savings and loan, and they want to.
Oh, thanks,
there's
Carlos.
a run on the bank. There's a run on the bank. Okay, now that's what in 1929 when I got married, and to save the savings and loan, I took out of my wife's hand the cash we got from our wedding. We were about to go on a honeymoon. You see, we were going to shoot the works. We were going to go down to Havana, and instead, I take that money and I give it to people so that they to forestall the run on the bank. We survive.
And then my brother comes back. He's going to take over the business because he's been away at college, but he's married now and he's got a great opportunity. So I don't do that. I just stay in the business. And I never get out of this town and I die. And that's the movie. So it's rough. Yeah, no, George Bailey does definitely have a very
thanks,
product
Force Supply.
life. It is like every chance in his life, the worst possible thing could happen to him. And the message apparently from God through the eyes of Frank Capra is, suck it up. Learn to like it, buddy. I don't do nice things for people. No, I mean, that's cynical too. I think it's a great movie. I really enjoyed it. He does have a wonderful life. That's like the point. Even with all of that, his life is wonderful. It's just not the way he had planned it.
Okay, so that's like it's a weird way to release that. But yeah, I felt like there's something there. I just don't know if it's an episode or if it has like a structure that can stand on its own. I don't know. We'll see. It sucks because it's like if I'm editing, I can't edit experiments. So I don't really have time for that. I have to be editing the next episode. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this, or if and there's one for there's like a lot of that about the I think there's like just as much on the Griswold episode too, if I'm not mistaken. But whatever. So I don't know how to solve. I don't know what to do about your dad drinking the White Claws or Zimas. What's he drinking? Zimas, White Claws. But Tom Collins is a good choice, actually. Yeah. I feel like you're watching an audition. Well, that was my audition, and obviously I didn't get the part. But I think that we all know that I was robbed. I think that's obvious. Guys, I'm gonna have to take a short break here, and maybe we should just wrap it up. Honestly, maybe we should just call it here. I think this has been a great first episode of Coffee with Greg, whatever the hell I'm calling this thing. And I really appreciate you guys were here. I'll be back at 7:00 Eastern Time tonight to read you a story by my fire. I just got to move my equipment upstairs and set all that up. It's going to be a pain in the goddamn ass. But, and I'm going to try and do this again next Tuesday, and like every Tuesday, and just better. It's going to be better. Hopefully we'll have the actual set in the future and stuff. Although, I don't know. It's tough. Like, having the computer here is huge. It allows me to look things up and stuff. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. And movie discussions are definitely on the schedule. Today's big kind of event was eggnog tasting, but definitely I want to do more movie reviews, movie discussions, talk about classic movies. Twitch has this new thing where you can do like watch parties with stuff on Twitch Prime. It's in beta right now, and it's only for like really select groups of people. Hopefully they expand it and I get access to it where we can actually sit down and watch movies together. I suppose I could queue up some clips though from movies if I was like, we're going to talk about Sunset Boulevard and why this movie matters, and I could have some clips ready to go. I got a stream deck down here. I can switch them. So that kind of stuff, and more stuff too. We'll do some tastings and drinking and stuff like that too. Anyway, guys, I really got to go to the bathroom, and I would just go and come back, but I kind of am out of gas here. I don't know what else. I don't know what else we're gonna do. It's been great, but maybe I might play some Outer Worlds in a little bit. Anyway, I have to go. I will see you guys later tonight, and thanks for watching. Bye.